Item Number SCP-6337. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. A tarp has been placed over SCP-6337 for the convenience of others. Description: SCP-6337 is the corpse of Site Director Kieran Bachman. It is currently in the Site-8 break room. SCP-6337 is a corpse because it doesn't move or speak. Over time, SCP-6337 will leak fluids and produce foul odors. Insects will congregate around it and lay their eggs. Its skin will sag, its eyes will grow dim, and its face will become lined. As putrefaction sets in, SCP-6337's flesh will lose cohesion and slough off, leaving only its skeleton intact. The skeleton will then eventually erode and become a pile of dust. Decomposition takes about 3 weeks depending on the environment surrounding the body. Because the Site-8 break room is cold and dry, SCP-6337 will be preserved for a long time before decomposition begins. Temperature analysis of the body shows that it is still warm. Despite the variety of carrion insects at Site-8, no insects have been found on SCP-6337. To facilitate scientific understanding, Site-8 researchers have been given access to the break room cameras to observe SCP-6337. A forum will be held at the end of the day to discuss their findings. Addendum 6337-1 Discovery. SCP-6337 was discovered after senior researcher Hoya entered the break room and inferred that it was a corpse. December 26, 2007, 7:12 a.m. Senior researcher Hoya enters the break room. SCP-6337 is seated at one of the tables. Its face is buried inside a chocolate cake. "What are you doing? You can't sleep here." "Hello?" Senior researcher Hoya approaches SCP-6337 and claps 23 times. "Oh, it's a corpse." Senior researcher Hoya leaves. Addendum 6337-2 Observation. SCP-6337 was observed by SCP staff. December 26, 2007, 9:51 a.m. Senior researcher Hoya and Agent Swan enters the break room. They are each carrying a plate of food. SCP-6337 is seated at one of the tables. Its face is inside a chocolate cake. The lights. If you point a camera at them, you can see lines crawling down the room." "Haven't you seen that before?" Senior researcher Hoya takes a seat at an empty table. Agent Swan pulls the chair opposite to her but accidentally snacks the tarp off SCP-6337. "Oh, sorry." Agent Swan smiles politely at SCP-6337, then sits down. "So I'm wondering if the same thing happens when you look at ceiling fans, right? Does that mean fluorescent lights blink really, really fast all the time?" "TV screens also do the same thing, because they're on a set frame rate, right? But why do lights need to do that?" "I don't know. It saves money, I think." SCP-6337 slowly lifts its head. "How much money would that actually save up over a long period of time?" It adds up, probably. It's probably cheap to make them do that, so it saves them more money than it costs." "Weird." "Yeah." 5 minutes pass. "I found a pregnant cat under a train." "Oh, nice." Senior researcher Hoya and Agent Swan continue eating. Addendum 6337-3 Findings. At noon, Site-8 researchers convene to discuss their findings. After a brief meeting, several action plans were presented. Author: Senior researcher Hoya. Proposal: subject SCP-6337 to the water cycle by putting it in a river. Result: denied due to environmental concerns. Author: Containment Officer Camellia. Proposal: Bury SCP-6337 with its liquor collection to honor its interest in life. Result: deny due to promotion of immoral behaviors. Author: Ethics Committee Official Petrie. Proposal: cast SCP-6337 in cement to commemorate its existence. Result: approved. Addendum 6337-4. Results: local blacksmiths were invited to the Site 8 break room. They placed SCP-6337 inside a plaster cast and poured wax on it to create a mold. However, midway through this process, SCP-6337 woke up. This is a log of the interaction. December 26, 2007, 12:39 p.m. Blacksmith Herbert pours wax on top of SCP-6337. It wakes up and starts yelling, "What the f-?" Wax fills SCP-6337's mouth. It stops moving after a while. The resulting mold was used to create a concrete statue of SCP-6337. It was placed in the Site 8 break room to commemorate SCP-6337's existence. Staff are encouraged to visit the statue while they are on break and reflect on their life. Author's note. Hi everyone, this is my first story. This story was based on an experience I had while at the bar with a coworker. He passed out on the floor and we had to carry him to the cab. However, while I was carrying him, I thought that if I wanted to, I could dig a hole and bury him alive. A drunk is no different from a corpse, you know? Of course, I dismissed the idea, but it stayed with me. After writing this story, I feel liberated. Now I can have a drink with him again without having these dubious thoughts in my head. Thank you for reading.